Well, hello everyone to the first part of this Rome 2 Empire Divided Let's Play. Yes, let's get right in. It is pretty chilly tonight. I'm wearing about 4 layers because I'm in a cozy mood. That's probably why I look a wee bit extra puffy. Empire.
Sorry.
As Raven bangs and crashes.
I closed the door, but...
You bang stuff.
Okay.
Right, disturbance is over. And I think we're going to be playing as Palmyra. I'm not sure if that's pronounced right, but it looks right to me, Palmyra. Because it's the first ever in a historical Total War female leader. I'm used to play a lot of Rome back in the days, but if I was in my heyday of Rome 2, I'd probably be playing very hard. But I'm just getting back into Rome 2. It's quite different from the Total Wars I've been playing currently with Total War Warhammer and that type of thing, so I think we're just going to play on hard, just to ease me back into Rome. But I remember I definitely used to playing very hard back in Judea. We'll stay on hard. Palmyra. Take a look at what we need to do to win. We've got the military, economic and cultural victory conditions. 90 settlements. Control the following 6 provinces, 180 units, 60 naval units, and we need to have, must have no more territory or forces on the map. Gallic, Rome, and Rome. Yeah, so we need to wipe out Rome and Gallic Rome. For economic, we need 65 settlements, these provinces, 120 units, trade relations with 10 factions, 1 of every trade resource or strategic resource, and at the end of your turn have a load of money and research 20 civil technologies. But you don't need to take out both my rivals. That is interesting to see. And for culture, we need those 6 provinces, 30 technologies, have at least 1 settlement in 28 provinces where your culture is dominant, construct the El Khanat and construct the Great Colonnade, and construct the Temple, Grand Temple of Baal. Not Baal! He was evil in Stargate. Yes, I know Stargate was, like, they were all ancient gods. But he was one of the main bad guys. Right, anyway. Palmyra. Let's start the campaign. So we've got like an Eastern Roman influence going on. So we're the This new Rome, the main focus is sort of like a giant civil war that happened in Rome. It's actually a part of Roman history I know next to nothing about, so I don't even know anything about Palmyra. I don't know much about Zenobia, I think that's her name. Oop. Clicked the wrong thing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see, I haven't broke it. Come on. Come on now. Come on. There we go. All seems good. Woo. He's a shouty man. And they're shouty men.
To the north, Roman imposters led by Tetricus.
Kill them all. He's on our hit list.
The usurper Queen
Yeah.
marches her armies into our land.
Victory for her.
This is unacceptable. Give us an emperor from humble beginnings.
No. Don't give us that emperor. Don't give us that emperor.
Our armies will follow.
Balthazar Gale.
Emperor Aurelian!
Gelt. Three coins.
The great Odaenathus of Palmyra is dead, yet his legacy lives on. Be quick and march into Egypt, for the fertile lands of the Nile can feed our entire populace. For now, your southern border is safe, as Nabateans and Lakhmids offer their goods and friendship. To the east, the Sassanids and their satrapies carefully observe your every move, yet have kept their weapons sheathed thus far. Meanwhile, Roman forces at Galatia, fearing Palmyra and her growing might, stand ready to declare war. Your position is precarious, yet under your ambitious rule, Palmyra shall prosper.
We shall prosper. Right. After assuming power, Zenobia's armies converged in the west, in the fertile lands around the Nile. Not only was Aegyptos a rich province in its own right, but the grain it produced fed the great city of Rome itself. Yeah, Egypt was Rome's breadbasket. Its lungs. Troubled times. In the recent years, the whole world has been torn by wars and strife. The weakening of the Roman Empire has given rise to banditry everywhere. Trade between settlements has become almost impossible. Standing armies and outposts can help increase the safety of provinces, while certain reforms can make settlements more self-sufficient. With cities being overcrowded, squalor has become a serious issue. If we are to avoid outbreak of plague, we have to find ways to reduce squalor, such as sanitation buildings and reforms. So yeah, this is mainly talking about all the new stuff introduced in this DLC. We've got bandits plaguing the land, we've got plagues everywhere. Well, they were in it before, but they've been reworked. Squalor's been reworked and is playing a much bigger role. And it didn't talk about it there, but politics is as well. Let's see if I remember how to do anything. Right, politics is this we get to. Anyway, here we go. So here we see, here is our leader, Zenobia. And we've got the Queen Mother. A good leader inspires all her subject matters. Full gravitas, free. So why 10 upkeep to all land units, army only. Morale of all units. So we can see there, this is the characters. Politics we can see. This red one's my house. We've got 39% of the influence, 194 out of 500. And these are the other two armies. And there was a way to view this on the map. Oh no, that's changing between Kingdom, Empire, and Republic. We're the Kingdom. Okay. And these are the Latin and the Greek families. But how do I view it as a map? If I come like this, can I change it to a political view? Right, strategic, political party affiliation, there we go. So we can see this place here and that place there is completely under my thumb. My family rules it, I have political sway. Whereas here, this will be owned by, I can't remember what one, we'll just say the Greek families, and that one's by the Latin families. So if it was going to become to a civil war, they'd get those settlements and obviously the armies that their generals control. I think that's how it works. So if we just go back to this, and we can get back in here. Does it say there's a chance of outbreak? Does it give us one? We're on... our influence is overlooked. We'd probably want to get it up to at least respected. Beloved, exalted, peerless. Protected. Oh! Currently protected against succession/civil wars. Reason campaign started recently. 20 turns remaining. So for the first 20 turns, they cannot rebel. So there we go. That's all fine and dandy. Let's take a look at research before we take a look at our empire then. So we got the trees. Did these get reworked? This looks basically the same as old Rome. So this unlocks these 3 trees, that unlocks those 3 trees. And one of these normally... Yeah, that seems to be... Because one of them is just all buffs. This one all seems to be economics. So look at that, this seems to be like the camp side of your army. Economics of it, getting it to the battle side of things. Whereas this one's the one that's all buffs. And there's this one that's all the research buildings and all that, yeah. Pretty much similar to what it was before, but I can't remember what this one was. This one definitely was the same as before, all buffs. This one's definitely the same as before, all the buildings to get stronger types of troops. Can't remember what the third one was. The third one not siege? And other things? Whereas over here, then you had the one sort of agriculture and that sort of stuff. You know, oh, it tells you on top of them. Campaign, battle, and army. Governance, economy, and culture. Yeah, that was definitely the same as before, these 3. Governance, economy, and culture. I think we're going to blitz straight for these reforms, because I want military, be able to build military camps ASAP. You know what, we might blitz straight for that one as well, just so we can have military barracks, a tier 3 recruitment building, so we can recruit some of those lovely, lovely, better, stronger troops. This army is a wee bit on the small side. Zenobia, the Queen Mother, she doesn't have a unit card here. I'm a wee bit disappointed by that. I wanted to see her down here in her unit card, but she's got scathed. I don't think I've ever... Scythed, there we go. I don't think I've ever tried to pronounce that word before. Scythed, now I can't even say chariots. Chariots of fire. Scythed chariots, that's quite a good unit. So we got some Legionnaires. Are they spearmen? Very good attack, average defense, average damage but low armor penetration, good morale. That must just be their... Charge large weapon damage when they attack up cost. Formation disciplined. This unit is immune to desert attrition, defensive testudo. I don't see anything saying they've got a spear, and I don't see anything saying that they've got pilum, or pila, or whatever they're called, to throw. So why has he got a picture of a spear here? Melee defense is 53, armor. Weapon damage, melee attack. He does look like he's a sword infantry, but he's got a picture of a spear. And that doesn't look like Pilum. Because he's got no range stats. Must just be a spearman unit that doesn't say they're good against cavalry. And if memory serves, they've got much less melee attack. I suppose melee defense is quite high. This unit got different stuff over here. Spearmen. Melee defense 55. Yeah, but these are poorer troops. Oh, wait a minute. It tells me... Yeah, they are spearmen. They're heavy spear infantry. I'm remembering the little symbols here. So they're heavy spear infantry. These are medium spear infantry. Right, now what are these guys here? Peltists. Well, that's pretty much the same as before. Light missile infantry. Well, peltists. They are technically light troops, but on the light troop side, they're definitely towards the heavier side. What can we recruit here? Some cav would be very... Oh, camo archers? I was just wanting horse archers, but we've got camo archers. I think I prefer horse archers. Just for that extra speed. Do we have a spy? Right. So we got a navy here, an admiral. We're definitely going to want to bring that down in support because Alexandria is going to have a large garrison. We've got no information on it. We've got lots of work to do. We do have a spy, but it's on the opposite side of our empire than we want it. Brilliant.
Ready for orders.
Alright, you're going to come down here and hand over your troops first of all. Skirmishers. So they're really light, very light missile infantry. Ah, okay. I get it. So they're very light and they're just like, okay. Start heading back there. Pikemen, eh? Cohorts. Legionnaires, cohorts. Legionnaires, cohorts. They look like they've got the exact same unit card. Legionnaires. Cohorts, 122, 149. So they're slightly better. Legionnaires are slightly better than cohorts. Skirmishers, peltists. Got enough ranged. Could really use some cavalry though. Legionary cav or camel spearmen. They scare horses. Yep, I remember that. I think we'll go for some of these melee cav. Good attack, average defense, low damage but average armor penetration, average morale, diamond, cavalry testudo. This unit is immune to desert. So yeah, we'll get some of them. 4 cavalry. Because we don't want her to be our main cavalry unit going around flanking, chasing down archers, that type of thing. So yeah, we'll definitely get 4 of them. And once we've got them, I think we're going to push on Memphis. And hopefully our spy will be down. We'll be able to see if they've got an army anywhere. And our spy is going to be a while, though. Our spy is going to be a while. We're going to start moving you down south too. You might be able to spy for us. You're probably going to get there before the spy. And once you're there, let's take a look. What can we get? We can only get these. Let's get them. How much money have we got? We've still got some money and we're making 2k a turn. You know what? Before we do anything else, let's check out diplomacy. Diplomacy! Everyone seems to hate us. Armenia hates us. We're at war with Egypt. Hate us, hate us. Right, the Lacomins like us. These guys like us. These guys don't like us, but we're trading with their own pretenders, but they don't like us. Yeah. Rome hates us, obviously. The Sassanids obviously do not like us.
You have my attention. Now, do not...
See, we start off as a normal difficulty faction. Probably because we've got so much land and it's an easy opponent. Egypt is our first opponent. But it's going to be very easy for us to fail because we're getting into a war on 2 fronts. So we take a look at the map right now. Just stick it to faction ownership. So see, there's us here. There's the Sassanids there, but the Sassanids are a lot stronger than they look, because that's all their satrapies. That's all their satrapies. And I don't think they are. But they're effectively that whole corner of the map. They're not. So it's, well, there we go, like that. Not much of a difference. They're incredibly powerful. They're twice the size of me without their satrapies. So I'm going to need to keep an eye on them. Plus, look at this. We own this here. They're definitely going to want to take that from me as soon as they can. So there, obviously there's going to be a war there, but the problem is we don't want to expand that way. We're part of Rome, we're in a Roman civil war. We want to retake all this lovely land. So once we had Egypt, we want to keep pushing and go all the way through here and probably up that way. Conquer, conquer, conquer. What is this? Galactica. Maybe even start pushing this way. This is where we want to go. But we got a hell of a problem in our backside. So this is the way the campaign... Oh, we're just going to have to play things by ear. Obviously, we're at war with Egypt. We want to conquer this as fast as possible. We technically aren't at war with Rome yet, but that's only a matter of time. And we're not at war over here as well, but that's only a matter of time. Everything's only a matter of time. So we need to be prepared and we need to be ready. What is this? So this is one of the cult buildings. They cost nothing to upgrade them, it just takes a while. And it reduces industry? Okay. And it costs to dismantle though. Ugh. That's different, but it provides food and sanitation. I quite like that. There doesn't seem to be much religious turmoil at this time either, from what I've seen. So keeping here happy is going to be a pain in the backside because I don't own them, and all I've got is a little farm. Right, Antioch definitely seems to be our capital area at the moment. We already have a tier 2 barracks to recruit. What do we have down here? Tier 2 barracks. The tier 3 would unlock the Legionnaires. Oh, that's the garrison. Armored pikemen, armored swordsmen, Legionnaires, Hemian archers, heavy skirmishers. So yeah, the tier 3 which we're researching will be very good. What buildings do we want? Right, what's the sanitation like here? Sanitation is good everywhere, apart from here. Let's just take a look at the -2 to banditry. Oh, that'll be good. 4 food, well, we've got enough food for now, but food is always good. Skirmishers. Consecrated ground. Land cultural influence. And there's the cult, religious gathering. Sanitation, public order. It's all good. Public order, 50 wealth. We're gonna go for the money for now. This will cost nothing to upgrade and it'll just increase the sanitation. It'll take 5 turns. +4 to the Christian cultural influence. I'm not going to play about with the cults now because I'm not sure what's going on really. I'm going to have to look into it and understand it all a bit better. If I go to my faction actually, can we see there isn't a religion? We can see it, these guys. This guy is Xenophile. Okay, he's a diplomat, but he thirsts for power. This guy hates barbarians, he's a Mughal, and he's an expansionist. So we'll need to try and keep that in mind to keep them happy. None of them follow a specific religion. And is there a religion overview? Diplomatic status, public order. Well, that'll be good actually. Public order is a problem we need to do. Wealth, growth, good. So this is why I don't like starting off with a large empire, because you get thrown in and you don't know what the problems are. Public order seems to be one right now. So let's get this up here. Sanitation will be good, because hopefully that will help out here. These all individual sanitation values. They are. What's causing the -1 here then? The settlement. Okay. Sanitation's all good here. Money. Public order. They're not exactly doing public order type stuff, are they? Right, I think that's us done everything we can for now. Public order seems to be our main problem right now. Between they two, they might be able to take Alexandria. I think he's turning back. Right, let's end turn. Let's end the turn. Oh, we've not done edicts. Derpy McDerp. Right. Zenobia, conversion to Latin. So we are Latin culture, but the religion doesn't matter much then, okay. Ah, that could be handy. Party loyalty to that other faction. There's not a problem right now. Food and public order, though, is always good. We don't own all of that. This is the one we already chose, the food and public order. Oh, I forgot in this game you got max number of edicts, don't you? I remember now. Yeah, as your Imperium goes up, you're getting more edicts. It's not... It was in Attila, they changed it to every time you own a full province, you just automatically get edicts. Okay. I'm relearning the game, folks. I'm relearning. Right, let's try and end our turn this time. Right, Rome's turn. Gallic Rome. Yeah, the end turn seems to be relatively fast. We want to see if we can try and get a battle this this part as well. Because we've not had a Rome battle in years. I don't think I've played Rome in years. Reforms. It's not. We're now researching because it only took a turn. Let's start heading you over. Still can't see. I don't like not being able to know if they've got anything there. I want my spy. Spy's actually catching up pretty fast. Let's head you on over. Sure, armies and all that had more line of sight than that before. I feel like we can't see anything. The fog of war seems much more in depth than it ever was before. Right, we almost halved the money we're making with recruiting those new units, but we need them. And public order here is finally good. Public order there is good. Public order there is bad. Public order there is good. Public order here is bad. Here is bad. It's the same place. Right, so if we recruit this guy, some guys. Let's just get some spearmen. Some of them. Hopefully that'll help keep things good. And here public order is good. Right, where'd I get the 6 per turn? Characters is doing 2, military presence is doing 3. So together that'll be 5. So if I move him up to here, they should still be happy. Oh wow, what are they? Armored swordsmen, they look good. Zabi, the general. Let's move them up there just to try and hold the public order. Yeah, 1, so good. With him leaving, it's at 1. Right, everything seems good. They've moved. Let's end turn. We'll make this part a wee bit longer than the normal length of a part. Just me or can I? Can you hear no music? Let's put that up a wee bit. It's awfully quiet. I'll just leave it there for now. The music's awfully quiet in this game. That definitely sounds better. Right. We're now researching the reorganized cohorts. The rise of cults. These are dark times and many have turned to their gods for salvation. There has been an influx of new beliefs, some of which are attracted enough followers for cults to start spreading. These gatherings are not without merit, but also become troublesome over time if you decide whether you will tolerate their presence or drive them away. Cult buildings can now be constructed in your cities. So that was those things it was on about earlier, right? Here's 0 now, brilliant, so it's not going to rebel anytime soon. We're all good. Oh, here, we're -1, right? We've got plenty of time to work that out. We're here 4, 0, but at least it's 0. There, -7. Get you inside there. And 10, right? We're all good. We are making a tiny bit more money. Must have been from a building finishing. Let's see, because this is why I don't like it, because When I've built these provinces myself, I've designed them and I know exactly what everything is. I've been able to tailor them to my specific needs. Like this one's themed towards recruitment, that one's themed towards economy. That's why I love starting with just one place. I really don't like these bigger starts where you start with several areas. One province I can live with, but starting with more than one, I'm starting to get like, ugh. Alexandria. We can now see it has a garrison of 1 cohorts, some Roman levies, 1 villages, 1 light Roman skirmishers, and 1 slinger unit, as well as 2 boats of raiding Homola Roman skirmishers. There's over here, we just got the 6 men. What have we got over here, actually?
Ready for battle.
I think we should take here and use that as a stepping stone into Alexandria. Then again, my army is nice and fresh. Are these out of the waters? You know what, I want to battle this part, so what we're going to do is we're definitely going to just do this. Just to make sure we get at least 1 battle in here. Because Alexandria, we might need to siege it for a while, we might not have the time. And I just want to look at the units really, and I just want to see her model on the battlefield. Zenobia, the first ever female leader in historical Total Wars. That's why we chose this faction. She's a heroic leader. I think it's impossible for her to die. I think she just does the legendary Lord thing from Warhammer, where she disappears for about 10 turns if you lose her, and then comes back. So we've got a lot of skirmishers compared to them. We've got a lot of everything compared to them. We'll be able to take a nice wee look at our units. They've got 1 unit of pikemen, which will be very powerful for them in this battle. If I let them be. I don't plan on letting them be. Fog, let's wait. Dry, start deployment. Oh, look at that, the heat ripples. The heat ripples. Right. I'm used to having my camera mod and working quite different. Where is she? There she's there. Oh, she rides it herself. Whoa, she's flying! I was expecting her to at least have a driver, and then for her just to stand there. I'm actually surprised there's not a second person to at least hold the bow. Fire a bow, not hold a bow. Yeah, 2 people could fit in there. You got 4 horses carrying it, and it's bound to be able to take the weight. Let's take a look at some other units then. Here is our Legionnaire cavalry. What else have we got? Oh, here's our peltists. Sitting there with their light armor, but for skirmishers actually having armor is quite good. And what else have we got? Right, these are our Legionnaires. That are actually spearmen. Our Roman infantry isn't the bog standard Roman infantry. That's the one thing I'm sad about, because Roman infantry is so iconic. I'm a Roman faction, but I don't have the iconic armor. It's a wee bit depressing. Who knows? Maybe some people out there prefer this, but I like the iconic armor. The iconic. It's iconic. Right, let's get this show on the road. Here's the settlement we have to besiege. This area here looks really nice and open. So you know what? If it's so open, that allows us just to have a mass of skirmishers.
Group selected units or ships to...
Shut up! Have my cavalry heading over here. So I grouped them.
Grouped under waiting orders.
Grouped and awaiting orders. Have the spearmen just here.
Battle group ready.
The chariots there. Right, let's start the battle.
Take time to explore the battle.
Shut up.
Peltasts!
They call themselves Romans. I call them weak, presumptuous swine. Men, we are the gust of wind from the desert that will blow them away. Raise your weapons for Zenobia and Palmyra. Attack!
I've seen graveyard.
Wow, that's one skill she's got there, giving a speech without opening her lips. Like, we cannot see any of the enemy forces yet. It means they're not trying to defend this nice big open bit, so I'm probably going to split my skirmishers into two groups and go either way. If I'd known they weren't going to... Now that I think about it, this bit's not that open at all. Ah, there we go. It's got some Roman levies.
We await your command.
Yours to command!
Missiles ready and waiting. Peltasts!
Let's regroup these.
Troops and awaiting orders.
Put those three
At the double.
there.
Missile infantry.
Those four there. If I'd known, well, now that I think about it, it'd probably been smarter to split into like 3 groups and push from multiple sides. If I can't see them, there's no point in just hiding in the bushes. They can't see you. So right, just come right around here. In fact, come right over there. My cavalry. Right, we're entering the city. My skirmishers are entering the city. These are the very light skirmishers, they don't have the armor. And 1 unit of the heavy dudes, and then we've got the 3 heavier dudes over here.
Peltasts! Quick march!
Try and get over here, so if they chase you, you've got an easy escape. Because it'll be much easier to fire in that way than sitting here. Because if skirmish mode, you are likely to try and run away. Right, standard shot, flaming shot. We're just going to stay on standard. Slingers. Staff.
By your command. Advance at speed.
Advance at speed!
Ready for orders.
Right, melee troops. In yous come.
Peltasts! Understood. Double time.
Turn around. At least have your shields facing the right way, because we're taking range damage now. I see some shots coming in from the slingers.
Yours to command.
He's not in range.
Peltasts!
Why he's not firing? What is your range? Yeah, you're in range of that unit. Why are you not firing? Right, the cohorts are charging. Javelins away! They are on skirmish mode, but I don't trust them.
Missile infantry ready. Peltasts!
Right, they're all firing too. This is looking very nice. They are chasing down these units. Right, you split up. 1 come this way.
At speed ready.
1 come that way. Why you's running? Get back down here. Oh, music is a wee bit loud now. Back down you come. Yeah, they're running that way. Turn around and fire.
Take aim. Peltasts!
They're much lighter. Right, pull back. We'll draw them into the infantry.
Peltasts!
Roman levies chasing yous. Right, turn around, they're going that way. How are we looking over here? Right, they're all chasing down this road.
At your service. Advance at speed.
Right, the melee war is about to start.
Ready and waiting.
Now have 2 units behind. Oh wait, what are they? Right, skirmishers. They're slingers. So 2 units of cav right on them.
The movement speed button is used to instantly increase or decrease the speed of units or ships. This is useful for going somewhere in a hurry.
They do
Using
have
it
Pelum
too
because I
much
can see them
causes
throwing them
fatigue.
right now.
Legionnaires! Double time!
Oh, they all have Pelham. Derp, I can see it right here.
Spearmen, ready for orders. Romans, ready for duty.
Right, the melee battle is beginning, and I'm going to have 2 units right up their bum holes.
Spears!
Oh, they're the pikemen. They are the pikemen. We do not want to engage them.
Used all its ammunition.
We want to throw spears at them.
Ready for orders.
Ah, they're coming in though. Javelins.
Spears!
Orders? Understood.
Wait, what? They've got a cavalry raid? No, that's not a cavalry unit.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
At your service.
Right.
Double time.
Charge! Right, round. We've got them in the flank. Brilliant. Wait for them to re-thingy. They're reorientating themselves. Right, come on, round, just come. Right up the bumhole! Right up the bumhole!
Ready for orders. Yes, Commander. By your command.
We've got a wee sandwich going on here. Use in behind those guys. Come on, we know you don't like the bumhole. You're pikemen. You do not like it.
We await your command.
Brilliant, they broke. General's under attack?
Missile infantry at your
Victory! Really, really, really easy, but I outnumbered them a lot. Right. The hardest thing I found going back so far is the graphics. Like, I remember thinking Rome 2's graphics were absolutely outstanding, but just the more and more I'm looking at it, it's quite outdated, and it's like my eyes go glazed over and I don't see stuff. I wonder if anyone else knows what I'm talking about, because I'm not used to playing Warhammer where everything seems so more defined, so more 3D. This almost feels 2D, and it's like everything's less defined. The colors all just blend together. One thing I will ask is, for the next part, do you want me to start using that Rome 1 music mod? We've got Occupy, Loot, or Raise. Now, Raise doesn't do the same things it does in newer Total Wars. Raise means you destroy all the buildings and you conquer it and start from scratch. Loot means you just take money, and Occupy obviously means you occupy. Occupy. And we have, oh, brilliant, a level 2 barracks, which actually we're not going to want. Destroy that, because we're not going to want to recruit here. And we got some skills for her, a bit of a claret. The Queen Mother and Great Leader of this character can only be cannot be killed, only wounded. Right. Got no household. Oh, +5 armor for all units is really nice. Starts off with that, and now here's the tech tree. It looks like it's pretty much the same as before. Actually, it looks like it's been changed a wee bit, but it's much more clear, the trees. You no longer have to try and guess. Right, Master Attacker, Master Defender, Slaughter, Smaller Master Archer. These ones look really good, some of these ones. Melee defense, melee attack skill for. Oh, that's just the commander's unit. This one of 40, 40. So this is the strategist tree. This is the sort of general tree. This one seems to be the warrior tree. This one seems to be the politician. And that one's the admiral. So, I think Master Attacker. Melee attack, armor for the commander's unit. It's going to make our unit stronger, but I want buffs for the army. For all units in the army, brilliant, there's what I want. Like, oh, missile unit, there's what I really want. Incarnation of Dreads. Warping by all melee units, all missile units. Shots for all land units, all units. Let's go for the commander's unit. So those two are just commander's unit. All units. That one's all units. So we're going to start off with that. Then we're going to be looking for stuff to make our army stronger afterwards. Right. You've moved all you can move. You just move here next turn. This turn. We have some money. Is there anything we want to spend that on? Don't think so. Let's end turn. Right, I think we'll do one more turn and call it part. We'll set up a siege of Alexandria. And then... next part, we maybe start with an actual big, important battle, like the siege of Alexandria. Oh, they do have a wee bit of an army there now. We definitely outnumber them, but their walls are very, very good.
My skills.
What's in the army? Cohorts, levies, arch slingers. Let's see if we can poison the army.
I do enjoy a little sabotage.
I do enjoy a little sabotage.
I've seen it done.
Lovely.
No man can stop me.
14 a turn, but that's going to disappear drastically when she disappears. Let's go for that, start converting it to our Latin culture. Because we're a Latin culture group, which we can see is going up. Before, I think we were slightly Hellenic, is what I think I've seen. Latin culture, good.
As you request.
Right, let's start laying siege to Alexandria.
Escape.
Yep. So we can build things. We can build several things. Light battering ram, light siege tower, ladder, light galley, tortoise. Contains a devastating ground power and unit protection, but slow movement and poor maneuverability. Let's get one of them, a couple of them. Let's continue the siege. We'll click continue siege. And we'll send you in here like so. And we'll maintain blockade. So that means they're going to be taking attrition now as well as my army. But my navy's not.
How may I serve you?
You got a rank up. We're going to start going down this because we really want mass poisoning. This is not good. They're probably going to attack me in an open battle.
Yes.
Because it looks like they do have the advantage. -5. But oh well. We'll see how we successfully siege Alexandria next time. As I get lag spikes. Hope you've all enjoyed this. Join me all next time. Bye-bye.